Hello there, this is Microsoft Sam delivering a commentary, so kick back, relax, and post a few comments to see what you think afterwards. And so begins my commentary on this asshole known as Representative Press. Mainly because of his unfounded accusations against Israel, except this time with not one, not two, but four of this douchebag's videos carefully spliced and compiled according to the subject matter at hand. Here's a good question for you. What kind of fucking retarded son of a copcass would want to buy into it at all?
I'm interested in the question of motivation of these hijackers. My question is really directed to the agents.
Then ask one yourself, you son of a bitch.
But what have you found out about why these men did what they did? What motivated them to do it?
Go on, I dare you.
I believe they feel a sense of outrage against the United States. They identify
A sense of outrage. You're right, more like outright hatred.
with the Palestinian problem. They identify with people who oppose repressive regimes. And I believe they tend to focus their anger on the United States.
Okay, well, how do you suppose that 5 armed Palestinian men launched an unprovoked attack against an American woman, killing her for her identity? If you cannot answer that question, then you are an absolute faggot.
They identify with the Palestinian problem. They identify
Seriously,
with people who
what the
oppose
fuck is
repressive
this?
regimes. And I believe they tend to focus their anger on the
Go on
United States.
and explain this horse shit right now, or else I will shove a rafflecopter up your ass. Oh yeah, it will most certainly hurt like hell now, wouldn't it? Are you even listening? Hello, you. Come in, serve to Representative Press.
Mr. Hamilton, I had a quick question for you, sir. I'd spoken with you on C-SPAN about a month ago, and we talked.
I think
we talked about Israeli policy.
We'd like to.
Yeah, but why are we addressing
like
the
to
gorilla in
address
the
our-
room? The gorilla in the room is U.S. support for Israel. You had made a mistake earlier.
Yeah.
You had said that the Israeli-Palestinian dispute wasn't addressed in the 9/11 Commission report.
Hold the fuckity fuck on for a second. Can you explain how Mahmoud Ahmadinejad managed to get their hands on nuclear technology? And then can you explain how he managed to have a few nuclear power plants built less than a year later?
I beg to differ with that. On page 147, it is stated that the plotter of 9/11.
Again, outright hatred that stems from his personal experience in America under Jimmy Carter and the coup of Iran in 1979.
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was driven to attack us not because of radical ideology as
Okay,
Prime Minister Blair, because of U.S. support for Israel. Why are we addressing that, sir?
Need I repeat myself? Again, outright hatred that stems from his personal experience in America under Jimmy Carter and the coup of Iran in 1979. Now get that through your head, you stupid motherfucker, and never show your face out in public again, at least, until you understand it.
All right, sir.
You got Mr. Bamford's book from me, James Bamford's A Pretext for War book. It
Okay.
conveys that we were attacked, and then you have Mr. Ross up here, who's basically affiliated with the Israeli lobby, AIPAC.
This is a conversation that you and I ought to have, but let's not take the time of our resource people. May we go to the next question, please? Thank you very much.
Oh, for God's sakes, you stupid shit. The Afro-Canaanites were here first long before the Arabs came and killed them all.
Aren't we planning to see the further terrorism? Aren't we putting out the fire with gasoline here? And you can do all the security measures, all the law enforcement, but if that continues, isn't that a fundamental?
Here's a response. As bad as it is, the stability of Israel, Palestine, and many other Arab countries are crucial to the war on terror. We simply need to have some of them switch to democracy as part of the Arab Spring. Now get that through your head, you stupid motherfucker, and never show your face out in public again, at least, until you understand it.
Foreign policy gets very complicated. When you take certain actions to support a friend, the security of Israel, as we did, it has consequences. No question about it. Now, look, I don't want to get into an argument about Middle East policy.
Jesus Christ, here we go again.
This is what they ended up agreeing on, putting in the 9/11 Commission report. Right or wrong?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
There is a reason politicians don't want U.S. support of Israel listed as a root cause of Al-Qaeda's terrorism. There is a reason politicians don't want the American people to reassess that policy.
Need I do it again, just so this faggot gets the message? Oh well, here we go. And another for good measure.
Oh my God!
Politicians lie to us about hatred of our freedoms because they care more about serving special interests than about keeping us safe.
I have my sarcastic Komodo and why you know diet the ready, so be warned.
Don't let them get away with robbing us of the freedom to decide for ourselves. If we want to put our lives at risk over specific foreign policies. Please pass this video on to others. Help the Representative Press campaign get these facts out to every American.
See, what did I tell you?
Take action. representativepress.org/donate and representativepress.blogspot.com.
Did I miss something?
Take action. representativepress.org/donate and representativepress.blogspot.com. People trying to suppress the facts about Israel dishonestly contact YouTube and claim my video is a terms of service violation. It was getting a lot of views, most viewed number 16, and they can't stand that, so they use dirty tactics. Here's that video.
Come in, serve to Representative Press.
We're in a deep hole because we're so heavily biased in favor of Israel. And the whole world knows it.
Well then why do they even bother supporting America in humanitarian duties anyways? Only one thing to do about that.
And they're astounded by it.
I'm pretty much astounded too. Well, by the fact that representative-press has made a man-child of himself in front of all of YouTube.
They can't comprehend.
Again for good measure. I'm pretty much astounded too. Well, by the fact that representative-press has made a man-child of himself in front of all of YouTube.
Why America, with its great cherished traditions, would close its eyes to the dreadful punishment that we have enabled Israel to inflict on virtually defenseless people.
Again for good measure. Okay, well, how do you suppose that 5 armed Palestinian men launched an unprovoked attack against an American woman, killing her for her identity? If you cannot answer that question, then you are an absolute faggot.
I spoke with the head military lawyer for the IDF, Joel Zinger, and I said, you know, I spent 2 weeks here, and it's clear you
As
people
I said
are
before and
inflicting
will
brutal
say
crime
again, you
on the
made
Palestinians.
yourself look like such a
Exactly what the
man-child
Nazis
in
did to the
YouTube
Jews.
it isn't even
What's
funny.
your explanation? He said,
Don't you believe it?
military necessity. Notice he didn't disagree with me. I said, that argument was rejected at Nuremberg when the lawyers for the Nazis made it. So then he said, well, we have public relations people in the United States, and they handle these matters for us.
Anybody who's lived any amount of time in the Middle East begins to see the other side of it, I think.
As if we haven't
I was
heard
arrested
that
9
one
times,
before.
so have been repeatedly arrested and harassed. The first time I was arrested, I was 15 years old. The norm was physical torture. I mean,
Holy shit!
you get physically tortured until you faint, and then they will splash water in your face and start again. And that Israel calls moderate physical pressure.
What the fuck?
To me, it didn't look as moderate.
They don't know that that's what they're supporting, and I think that's the problem.
God damn it, son of a bitch, piece of shit, motherfucking asshole, fuck, 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 god damn it, son of a bitch, piece of shit, motherfucking asshole, fuck, 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 god damn it, son of a bitch, piece of shit, motherfucking asshole, fuck, 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 god damn it, son of a bitch, piece of shit, motherfucking asshole, fuck, fuck, fuck. Then ask one yourself, you son of a bitch.
Israel and the lobby, or Israel through the lobby, are really running our policies.
In fact, it's worse now than it's ever been before. We have a White House that's totally dominated by Israelis.
It's sad that the Americans, who are so concentrated on helping Israel, they don't give a hoot, so far as I'm concerned, about whether it hurts the United States or not.
Oh my god, what the fuck, barbecue, crap fact, crap fact, crap fact, crap fact, crap fact. That was the worst piece of shit excuse for an argument I had ever heard in my life, so go home and die in a hole, you piece of fucking shit.
Are undermining American security.
Bad things are going to happen to the Americans, and that above all. Is what I wish to avoid seeing.
You know, that whatever the fuck kind of argument you just came up with just went down the shitter, right? Go on, I dare you. there's fail, then there's super fail, then epic fail, followed by complete and utter failure. And not even super duper ultimate epic toxic diarrhea bullshit motherfucking failure of life could describe your level of fail. Now on to the last few videos, given the fact that they are so damn short that I've had to combine them.
Glenn Beck is a war propagandist. In this video, I'm going to show a clip where he's trying to link Iran and nuclear weapons, and he's trying to spread misinformation about the only reason someone would have a nuclear power plant would be if they wanted to make weapons.
That's one reason, dipshit.
When the fact is the United States government had supported Iran in the past.
That was before Ayatollah Khomeini took over Iran, kicking the shit out, you fucking idiot.
Having nuclear programs just like the ones Iran is talking about, so he's spreading disinformation.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. But you're still a fucking idiot for falsely accusing Israel of shit that it can't be arsed to do.
Beck is going to show a clip from 60 Minutes. Mike Wallace interviewed President of Iran, Ahmadinejad, and the question came up about the nuclear program.
Just to let you guys know in advance, I've posted this video just to see what kind of bad reception I get out of Representative Press's fan base.
That Iran wants to pursue, and Beck is going to play the game of, gee, why would they want those?
Saw the interview last night, and I don't know how you felt about it, but I looked at him and I'm thinking to myself.
And another for good measure.
Okay, I'm looking right directly into the eyes of the devil himself.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
Here are some of the highlights with Mike Wallace.
We want to have access to nuclear technology. We want to produce fuel.
Alright, just get the fuck on with this shit so I can live my life.
Do you not think that the most important issue of the world of tomorrow, that is, will be energy?
You want fuel?
Have you ever heard of calm before the storm, you ass bait?
You want fuel? You want fuel? You want fuel? You want fuel?
Beck isn't the only one that plays the game of why would Iran want nuclear energy when they have all the oil. I mean, Kissinger's pushing that point in the Washington Post dishonestly. Meanwhile, you can read right here that he thought it was perfectly rational for Iran to have it because it would free remaining oil reserves so they can export it or they can convert the oil to petrochemicals. So the pursuit of nuclear power made perfect sense.
Have you ever heard of calm before the storm, you ass bait? With the calm being the fuel, and the storm being the weapons.
And they know it. So did Dick Cheney, and now he's the guy, I mean, is such a liar.
Him? Did I miss something?
The guy, I mean, is such a liar.
What the fuck?
Okay, really? What the fuck was that? An epic fail?
He lied us into the war with Iraq, and now he's trying to lie us into a war with Iran.
They did supposedly trick us into another war, this time with Libya and Muammar Gaddafi, you fucking moron.
And someone has to get this information out to people. These people are lying to us.
Oh wow. Wow. You suck so hard that I can barely wait to chop your balls off and forcibly shove them up your ass with lots and lots of rusty nails.
Getting us into war after war. Same people arguing today that it doesn't make sense for Iran to pursue nuclear power.
Have you ever heard of calm before the storm? You ass bait. With the calm being the fuel, and the storm being the weapons. Now get that through your head, you stupid motherfucker, and never show your face out in public again, at least, until you understand it.
Ones like Dick Cheney, Rumsfeld, Paul Wolfowitz, who were all in key security posts in the Ford administration when the Ford administration was backing Iranian plans for nuclear energy. Don't let them trick us into another war. Please read the info at these links and please subscribe. Thank you.
Need I do it again just so you get the message?
You want fuel?
Mainstream media is helping sell another illegal war. The way they do this is mainly by not reporting things or underreporting things.
Fox News' Shepard Smith is one guy who simply gives the news, as with CNN's Wolf Blitzer.
We want to have access to nuclear technology. We want to produce fuel.
Have you ever heard of calm before the storm? You ass bait.
Do you not think that the most important issue of the world of tomorrow, that is, will be energy?
Oh my God!
And that makes sense. Iran's energy needs were understood by Henry Kissinger. Kissinger said introduction of nuclear power will provide for the growing needs of Iran's economy and free remaining oil reserves for export or conversion to petrochemicals.
Did I miss something?
Kissinger said introduction of nuclear power will provide for the growing needs of Iran's economy and free remaining oil reserves for export or conversion to petrochemicals.
Holy shit!
Need I repeat myself? Have you ever heard of calm before the storm? You ass bait. With the calm being the fuel, and the storm being the weapons. Now get that through your head, you stupid motherfucker, and never show your face out in public again, at least, until you understand it. Oh my fucking God. That was the worst pile of horse shit argument that I have come across since Alex Jones' equally erroneous claim of brain-eating vaccines. I'm dead fucking serious when I say this. Never in my entire life have I come across a moron such as yourself. The way he presented his argument with absolutely no explanation is simply mind-boggling in the least. I mean, come on. Can't you at least provide a shred of credible evidence to support your unfounded accusations against Israel? Huh? No. Absolutely not. I cannot see where you would present an argument that holds no water to the fact that Israel and Palestine are fighting over land that once belonged to the Canaanites. It's like fighting over a piece of stale bread, for it makes no sense whatsoever. Well, you need to socialize Israeli and Palestinian kids together in the same group and teach them that just because we look different doesn't mean that we should be fighting over anything, period. Anyways, comment, rate, and subscribe to this channel for more Speakonia goodness. This is Microsoft Sam signing out. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. The end.